Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we had just witnessed Theoden and his company of Rohirrim, accompanied by Aragorn, and isn't that a gorgeous damn sky? Y'all have done a great job on the skybox there, people. Really nice. Anyway, we had just witnessed King Theoden, accompanied by his Rohirrim, and Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas riding off, supposedly to Isengard. I'm sure at some point we will catch up with them and find out that's not where they went. But in the meantime, we have been tasked with helping Eowyn prepare the town of Edoras for the trip to Dunharrow. And let us pull up the map right quick. Let's zoom out of here. See, Edoras, Dunharrow. It's going to be to the south of us and just further and further on up and up and up. And I tell you, I don't know what it is, but I always, I think Phil commented in one of the previous videos, me and my sense of directions, because I've just got this thing in my head where Edoras is sitting here and the mountains are behind it. And in my mind, the mountains are to the north of it. Obviously, that's just crazy because the mountains are to the south. Edoras is north of the White Mountains and Gondor down below and the Bay of Baphalos and all. But in my mind, Edoras, the mountains are to the north of it. And that's what totally screws me over when I sit here and go, wait a second, why are these mountains down here instead of up there? I would have to sit and look at the map the wrong way. I really would. But we have been tasked with helping Eowyn. And that's what we're going to do here. Book 12, Chapter 1, Message for Harrowdale. And it also makes me think that, we didn't get a video at the end of the last book, did we? I don't think we did. Unless the ride of the Rohirrim heading off with Theoden was supposed to be the chapter end for us. We didn't get the customary video. Let's go ahead and look at Book 12, Chapter 1.
My uncle has commanded that I bring the people of Edoras to Dunharrow.
The message for Harrowdale. My uncle has commanded that I bring the people of Edoras to Dunharrow, for that is a more defensible location than Edoras. Before we make our way there, we should send word to Harrowdale of the great number of people that soon will be arriving. Some have already made their way to Harrowdale, but more will be arriving soon, from all corners of Kingstead. If you have time enough to spare, I ask that you travel northeast to the town of Entwade, and assure that the people there are prepared for what lies ahead. Afterwards, someone will need to travel to Harrowdale. Eowyn pauses, and she seems to be weighing something carefully before speaking. The Lord of Harrowdale is Thane Dunhere, nephew of Erkenbrand, Lord of the Helm's Deep in the Westfold. He is a mighty man, accomplished in battle, and most loyal to my uncle in the Mark. But he rode to defend the ford of Isen some weeks ago, and his wife now rules in his stead. She and I have never been friendly. Ellen Fremedon is, by most accounts, a kind woman, and as just as her husband, but she and I are as different as the badger is to the noble steed. She will not be pleased to hear that. Wait a second, I know which one you are comparing to the badger as well. Woo-hoo! Talk about your catty. She will not be pleased to hear that I and the folk of Edoras will soon be sheltering at her hall, but she would be less pleased to hear the news from me. After you have helped the people at Entwade, travel to Underharrow to the south and give Ellen Fremedon this unpleasant news. There's little other choice, and you seem to be the best available messenger for these tidings, Gnarlo. Especially if you're going to refer to her as a badger as compared to a noble steed, yes. I definitely think that you might not possibly be the best person to deliver that message.
I need your help, my friend.
You might not necessarily be securing the Wade. When you accept this quest, you immediately travel to the Entwade in Kingstead. This quest will fail if you complete In the King's Wait before speaking to Thane Edric. Go ahead and accept this. Talk to Thane Edric. With my uncle Theoden bringing the war to Saruman, there remains a great many things to do in the West Eminent. To the east, the river fort of Entwade lies along the Entwade shores, and has held the Wade for years innumerable. Thane Edric commands the post, and holds but a few men in his service. The White Hand has pressed into the king's lands as of late, and the cost of losing the Wade would be unknowable. I have many matters to attend in my uncle's stead, but I know this is a task for which your skills are suited. If you would aid me, I will have your steed readied for the journey at once. You immediately travel to the Entwade, huh? In Kingstead. And what happened with this one? Travel to the town of Entwade in Kingstead to help its people with their troubles. Well, since we're going there anyway, this quest will fail if you complete In the King's Wake before speaking to King Edric. Might as well. Let's go talk to Thane Edric. Not sure. I mean, I typically like to try and stick to just the epic line, of course, here with Gnarlo. Because that's, you've seen how slow LOTRO does when you try to do every single one. The people of Entwade have many concerns with which you can help. And we have entered the Entwade. Alright, we got a free ride to the Entwade, apparently. Let's see where exactly we are. We are way over here, so that saved wear and tear on our, either our shoe leather or our horseshoes, which is nice. Of course, you've already seen in the last episode of American Truck Sim just how expensive it is, the wear and tear on tires. So we definitely don't want to wear out our the horseshoes and everything. Oh, look at all that! Look at all the wagons, I guess, getting prepared to go. And if y'all ever played Car Wars, y'all will remember. If y'all remember, the thing Convoy was the first quote-unquote module ever made for Car Wars. And it was considered, there was so much complaining about the tires on the truck, the damage that you took to the tires just every mile you traveled in that particular scenario, that they had to kind of change it around and put some background in it, that these roads were to be considered extremely bad with like continuous potholes and that sort of thing from the damage you were doing to your tires. I think that was kind of the thing we were running into there. Edric! Thane Edric, how are you? After you have helped the people of the Entwade, travel to the entrance of Underharrow. So apparently, basically, bring the news to Ellen Firmidon. So basically, all we had to do is just like so many of the others that we ran into over there in the Dunland and the Enidwaith, where it's like, help these people as much as you can, and then travel on to this town, where what it meant was you could just travel on to the town, because you didn't actually have to help any of them. So apparently, with the epic line, we could exactly just keep right on going. Securing the Wade. Ooh, in the King's Wake, huh? Aid from the king or not, I will see my people kept safe from the brutality of the White Hand.
The enemy must be punished for encroaching upon our lands.
At long last, Edoras sends fit to send anyone at all to the Wade. Perhaps Eowyn is a bolder leader than her uncle.
White Hand is wicked.
Did our Warsteed level up? Yep, Warsteed went to level 19. So we've got another trait point we'll have to put into that. In the King's Wake. Well then, welcome to Entwade, traveler. I have little time to spend chatting with one so ill-acquainted with the troubles of Rohan. So basically, did that just travel you there? Because we didn't actually end up doing anything, and it said that one fails if you do In the King's Wake first. So I guess if you traveled here manually, traveled here in person, then you wouldn't be able to take that quest if you grabbed this one. I suppose that's how it works. Anyway, In the King's Wake. Well then, welcome to Entwade, traveler. I have little time to spend chatting with one so ill-acquainted with the troubles of Rohan. The king has ridden west and left me many problems and not enough men to handle them. Be him renewed or not, my people have still been forgotten. Look to my side, traveler. My wife, Leoflad, struggles to make ready to evacuate my people to Aldburg. Such a task would be difficult even if the Uruks were not riding our plains, but such things are commonplace under Theoden King. Let me speak no more of him, for my wife thinks such things bode ill for my temper. If you would help us prepare, we will be grateful for your aid, though I know not how much I can repay you in these dire times. Okay. Got some interesting stuff there. I wish it would show you before. Oh, there we go. Huh. Is it good or is it bad that you sit and look at the stuff and go, that's better than what I have, so I might actually take you on there and do some stuff for you. Yeah. We'll see. We'll go ahead and accept it. Wow. Thane Edric and Leofled in their preparations. Okay. Danger in silence.
The enemy must be punished for encroaching upon our lands.
And they're actually level 86. Wow, they're actually the same level we are nowadays. Just like that one is yellow. We have finally kind of caught up with ourselves. Entwade has been the victim of many assaults as of late, Gnarlo. For my part, my men and I have kept the people from harm and our homes largely intact. So, Odragar and all. Tell you what, let's decline these for the moment. I was afraid that previous one, looks like these will hold out here. Looks like they will continue to be available. Let's ride on to the entrance of Underharrow. Upborn and Underharrow. So we're going to ride back down the road around Edoras to the south and come back over here to Underharrow. And let's see if the quests there are like level appropriate or are they yellow. Is this yellow quest here? Is this a higher level, higher con quest because it happens to be a travel quest? Now we've spoken in the past how these travel quests tend to be over-conned for what they are. So let's see how that works out. If we get there and they're a bunch of level 87, 88, 89, that sort of level, then we can come back and do some stuff. And of course we can help out the people of the Entwade in their preparations, because that's just the kind of wonderful, nice person that we are. In the meantime, let's get back on the epic line here. I was wondering if that was going to end up being a... type of, instanced kind of thing. Y'all remember that first town we first rode into all that time ago? When we first came to Rohan. And we rode to the town that was... We rode to that town that eventually got destroyed, got burned and all that. Not Edoras? Yes, Edoras is this way. As we weave our way in through all these Urukai riders here, because we really don't want to get into any combat, especially any mounted combat right now. I have had enough practice at it now, and I've had enough work with... had enough mounted combat, and I've worked up my horse here. I've worked up Keely enough with his trait points that it isn't actually a bad time doing the horse combat. I just still prefer not to do it. We've had that discussion before. Walnut branches. Okay, so I'm got another level there to do. Oh, I'm so far behind on all of my various crafting stuff. Oh, it drives me crazy. But, what can I do? And just call me Rain Boy, because as you see, at nighttime we logged in and it was raining, and nighttime, which obviously was in error because now nighttime has just fallen. You heard the crickets knock in. You hear the nighttime music. You see the little moon right up here. And it's still raining on us. So what you gonna do, you know? Only so much you can do. Let's see, do I need to be back? Nope, this continues. We just need to make sure we don't turn to... When we do get a turn to the right, we just need to turn to the right. I guess right before the gate here. Wave to Eowyn as you pass by. She's probably standing up there on the stairs going, what the fudge? What's he doing back already? I just sent him away. The Hobbit can't be that fast. That is definitely not a good thing. I was hoping he wouldn't be as fast as the men of Rohan are. I suppose I was still looking. Still keep looking. Perhaps the men of Gondor won't be as quick. Oh, we had a little... Speaking of quick, we had a little burst of speed there, didn't we? Okay, let's head on into the mountains. What is that? Fisherman. Alright, so we know where a fishing vendor is now. Okay. Nice to know that they are still about. Nice to know there's still the fisher people about. If you need to... We're down here, and of course we're not carrying a pole with us, so if we need to buy a fishing pole, good to know where we got one. And now we get to do, you know, another one of these quasi-travelogue ones. As we head on down here to Underharrow, and I'll bet we'll have an actual travelogue entry when we reach down here as well. Rittermark deer, whoa. Huh. And a campfire here for some reason. Is that the fisherman? Is that the fisher bloke's campfire maybe? I don't know. That's odd. That's almost as odd as the... Almost as odd as the dead guy over there in Breland. Over there near the dead guy lying in the cemetery over there at Breland that just nobody has anything to talk about. No one ever mentions. It's just a dead guy lying over there. Alright, let's stop. Whoa! Boy, talk about some rubber banding there. Wow. That was a bit of a thing, wasn't it? Spine carbine and an empty wagon as well. We've got a unaccompanied cart. We've got a abandoned camp. Is this Underharrow? I'm starting to feel like in the movie Gladiator, you know, if you find yourself alone riding through golden fields, you are in Elysium and you are already dead. Alright, we found Upborn, huh? Upborn is right here. Is Underharrow further in over this way? It looks like we are slowly approaching the mountains and all that. Let's go ahead. Let's do our travelogue entry for Underharrow. And then we will join y'all. Oh, I didn't see you sitting there. And then we will join y'all back up. Have you lost a campfire, my friend? Okay, well, as you see here, it just says Discover Upborn. You have discovered Upborn. It's part of the 3 of 11 Kingstead exploration. Does not give us any description of it, which is very disappointing. We saw that in one of the last ones, where it's like, okay, we've suddenly decided to get kind of skimpy with the explanations of what's going on here. We're not writing flavor text anymore. Is there a point in this? Yes. Used to be every rock that you discovered had 3 paragraphs of flavor text associated with it. So that part I'm not quite so happy with. Let's see if we continue on up the path here. Do we get to, is it Underharrow? We got Umpborn. Here is this Underharrow. It's definitely a Rohirrim. Yes, indeed, Underharrow. And are you gonna give us a... Are you gonna give us a... flavor text to go along with it? Let's see, I think if I do it this way and I'll start over here and I'll do a 360. How about that? Yeah, let's do a 360 no scope. I think that will work out well. Let's take a look at it first and see if it's just one of the ones on the... Is it just one? Yep, it's just one of the ones here. Discover Underharrow. Well, shoot. All right, we'll look around. Y'all see it. It doesn't actually have any text or anything to read along with it, so we'll just give you a good view of it here. That is disappointing. Pretty moon, though, even though it is raining. So, we've reached Underharrow. Talk to Horn at the entrance to Underharrow. Is that... Ah, I thought we had a talking mule. I thought we had Mr. Ed over here. Wilbur! But nope. It's not a talking mule, it's a talking occasional jackass.
We have arrived. Now we must find Ellen Fremedon.
We have arrived, Gnarlo. Now we must find Ellen Fremedon and hope that the tapestry of her and that Eowyn wove for us was an exaggeration. I must confess that her distaste for the woman strikes me as rather strange. By all accounts, Ellen Fremedon has never spoken against the good of Rohan, and has been nothing but loyal to the kingdom and to her husband Dunhere. Indeed, she is a minstrel of no small skill herself. I heard her play the fiddle once at Eowyn several years ago, and she made it sing in a way I've never heard before nor since. Still, make no mistake, there are unwelcome tidings we bring. Even the most reasonable lady will not be pleased to hear the news that many scores of folk are seeking shelter in her hall. Talk to Ellen Fremedon. All right, that we can do. As we finish off our first cup of coffee here, let us see if we can find Miss Ellen, wherever her hall happens to be. Are you up the hill here? Would that be your hall up there with the big flag on it? It does look like the highest point in the land here. Yep, and we've got a stable master as well. That are all good signs. Stable master, milestone.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
So I think we might have found... we can't go in the mead hall? You're out here? I mean, I like the fact that you're out here keeping up the morale and all, playing your lute, balancet, Duncan, Idaho. Let's see, Ellen Fremedon. I say that because the whole Fremen thing suddenly got me thinking Duncan, Idaho, you know, the other wonderful warrior bard. Let's see.
Your tidings are over late, bringer of ill news.
Your tidings over late, bringer of ill news. Ever since early this morning, ragged folk have been pouring into Underharrow, bringing hungry mouths and sad tales. I will not close my gates to them, for the word of Theoden King is law, and Dunhere my husband would be wroth were I to disobey the Lord of the Mark. I will do my duty, but Eowyn cannot expect me to be pleased about sheltering so many. You perhaps can provide some help to me in return for this hospitality. The blacksmith Ordwald is forging weapons and armor by his home to the south. Go to him and carry the heavy barrels of swords, armor, and spears back to me. Pick up a barrel of swords from outside Ordwald's shop. That we can do. Sure. She did say this was to the south, correct? Is that what she said? To the south? Am I getting my directions correct? No, not in the King's Lake. Wait, why is that one still up? Smart. Boardwald has a shop to the south of Mead Hall, yes? Well, I was kind of expecting it to be right here, you know. Is it? About to say, hey, since there's the forge sitting right there, I was kind of expecting that to be the forge. Like, can you pick up that barrel right over there 5 feet away and bring it over to me? I have no idea. You're not the forge, the smithy, are you? No? Alright, let's hope that is down here across this little bridge and river. Stream. Did they ever name the stream that came out of the Underharrow area? I do not remember if it ever had a name or not. Let's see. Are we getting any? Yep, I see a ring over there, and there's a barrel of swords. Nice. Ordwald. Hello, Ordwald.
The Lady of Harrowdale has had folk carrying off barrels of my work all morning.
You are here for more weapons. The Lady of Harrowdale has had folk carrying off barrels of my work all morning. Take a barrel with my regards. Barrel of swords. Glad we had our Wheaties this morning. Ordwald has filled this barrel with swords for the use of Ellen Firmidon's people. Well, okay, I kind of forgive y'all. I was expecting just to see barrel of swords in the description. Glad to know y'all do actually give a little bit more than that. Good grief. The swords are actually bouncing around in the barrel too. Very nice. Another nice animation. Y'all need to give us that now, along with the pies and the satchel of letters. And I want to be able to walk around. I want to be able to walk around in Mordor carrying a block of ice with some ice tongs. I want that animation too. Bringing ice to Mordor. Back up the hill to Miss Fremidon. And then I think that's going to be it for our episode today. Set the barrel of swords beside some others. Yes, we did. You're getting plenty of them, aren't you? Pick up a barrel of armor from outside his shop.
Orwald has been busy at his forge.
Go to his shop south of here and bring back a barrel of the armor he has made. I have several others doing the same. Yes, indeed you are. But for the moment, we are going to take a break and have a puff on our pipe because that was some hard work. Good googly moogly. So there you go. Alrighty, folks. So it looks like we're going to be working here in Underharrow for a little while, getting the place ready for Miss Fremidon. And we will see y'all next time. I go back to work in a couple days, so as I said before, I'm going to try to get another episode of Nomadan, Narwhanae, and Gnarlo here up before that happens. So we will finish picking up the armor then and see what other things we can do for Miss Ellen here. So I will see y'all then. Let's turn our lantern on. I will see y'all then. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. And thanks for coming along. Bye-bye.